貴様はあの時、俺を人質に。
Thors was a bad father. Let's be honest with ourselves. And Askeladd, the man who you just saw bury Thorfinn's face into the dirt, was a better father. Just saying. This video is going to contain some few spoilers from anime Vinland Saga Season 1 and 2, so proceed with caution. Fatherhood is a complex journey, full of sacrifice, love, and guidance. But what if the person who teaches you the most isn't your biological father? In the case of Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, his true growth came not from the ideals of his father, Thors, but from the harsh lessons taught by Askeladd. So, why was Askeladd, the ruthless mercenary, a better father figure to Thorfinn? Let's dive in. Thors, the mighty warrior who abandoned war for peace, and Askeladd, the cunning mercenary with a hidden heart, two father figures who shaped Thorfinn's life in drastically different ways. But what if I told you Askeladd was actually the better father? Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around, because we're diving into the brutal lessons of Vinland Saga and why Askeladd's tough love might have been exactly what Thorfinn needed. Let's be clear, Thors was a great father. He was strong, kind, and taught Thorfinn about the value of peace. But there was one major flaw: he sheltered his son from the world's harsh reality. Thorfinn idolized his father, but he never truly understood him. When Thors told him, a true warrior doesn't need a sword, Thorfinn wasn't ready to grasp that wisdom. He was just a kid. And when Thors died, Thorfinn was thrown into a world he didn't understand, one ruled by violence, deception, and survival. And that's where Askeladd comes in. Askeladd didn't coddle Thorfinn. He didn't teach him pretty lessons about honor and morality, he taught him how the world really works. Through Askeladd, Thorfinn learned how to fight, how to strategize, and most importantly, how to think for himself. Askeladd never gave Thorfinn an easy way out, and in doing so, he forced him to grow. He manipulated him, sure, but in his own twisted way, he kept Thorfinn alive and gave him purpose. By constantly challenging Thorfinn, whether through duels, deception, or harsh words, Askeladd ensured that he never became complacent. He made Thorfinn fight for every inch of progress, never offering him the satisfaction of an easy victory. This relentless pressure forged Thorfinn into a warrior, but more importantly, it taught him resilience, adaptability, and self-reliance. Unlike Thors, who shielded Thorfinn from the world's cruelty, Askeladd threw him straight into it and forced him to navigate it on his own terms. And in doing so, he gave Thorfinn something far more valuable than just strength: he gave him the ability to think beyond his own hatred and survival. But here's the real kicker: Askeladd didn't just make Thorfinn stronger, he set him free. Thorfinn spent years consumed by vengeance, thinking his life's purpose was to kill Askeladd in a fair duel. But Askeladd knew the truth: revenge is empty. When Askeladd died, Thorfinn lost his purpose. He was forced to confront the reality that his entire existence had been built on hatred. That's when Thorfinn truly started to change. And that's exactly what Askeladd intended. He set him free. Thorfinn spent years consumed by vengeance, thinking his life's purpose was to kill Askeladd in a fair duel. But Askeladd knew the truth: revenge is empty. Thors taught Thorfinn how to be a good person, but Askeladd taught him how to survive. And in doing so, he unknowingly led Thorfinn back to Thor's ideals. It's ironic, isn't it? The man who represented everything Thors stood against was the one who ultimately helped Thorfinn understand his father's wisdom. Thors taught Thorfinn how to be a good person, but Askeladd taught him how to survive. And in doing so, he unknowingly led Thorfinn back to Thor's ideals. It's ironic, isn't it? The man who represented everything Thors stood against was the one who ultimately helped Thorfinn understand his father's wisdom. Askeladd never preached about peace, yet his lessons led Thorfinn to reject violence. He never claimed to be an honorable man, yet he shaped Thorfinn into someone who could walk away from war. Thors wanted Thorfinn to find his own path, but it was Askeladd who forced him to do it. By breaking Thorfinn down, stripping him of his hatred, and leaving him with nothing, Askeladd gave Thorfinn the chance to start over. When Thorfinn finally embraced his father's philosophy, it wasn't because Thors taught him, it was because Askeladd forced him to suffer through the consequences of ignoring it. In a twisted way, Askeladd was the bridge that connected Thorfinn to his father's ideals, not by guiding him gently, but by throwing him into the fire and forcing him to find his way out. That's what makes Askeladd the better father figure, not because he was kind, but because he gave Thorfinn the brutal lessons he needed to become the man Thors always wanted him to be. So what do you think? Do you agree that Askeladd was the better father figure, or do you think Thors was the ultimate role model? Let me know in the comments.